سيقول السفهاء من الناس ما ولاهم عن قبلتهم التي
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا وعلى سيدنا وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا وعلى سيدنا وسلم اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا ونبينا مولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
PRC in particular, said Chernambai. The old man, his two wives, and the rest of his family, except Panderimbai, say they are strong supporters of the APRC.
Ginga dega Pander.
Lol.
Luta? The Fatuki.
Wow.
Dula de telephone.
For a long time now, I didn't hear from my son. He traveled. I exhaust all avenues to talk to him, but to no avail.
In Manjai, this is the inscription you find on the compound gate of Ablaimbai, a brother to Panderimbai. He insists he is a staunch supporter of the ruling APRC party and government.
If at all I can get contact with Panderimbai,
Yes.
but I don't get contact with him because I don't know his phone number.
That's right.
But if at all I can talk with him, I will tell him that let him support this government and like the government of the Gambia and the people of the Gambia until he die.
Why?
Because we, since we born in the country here, we meet peace and we know peace. Gambia is a peaceful country and Gambian people are very good.
Who took your mother to Mecca?
It's Yahya Jammeh.
Yahya Jammeh.
Yes.
What about Pander? He has been in America for so many years, getting a lot of dollars.
Yeah.
And what assistance does he normally give to the family?
Pa anyway never do nothing to the family. Even when we place the Quran, I can touch it because I am his younger brother. Me is more than 12 years. I don't know nothing about Pa.
Dadonget is Panderi's mother. She is an Ajaratu, courtesy of President Jammeh's personal benevolence. Almost in tears, the woman with her co-wife, Jay Choi, expressed their disappointment with the attitude of their first son. For Dadonget, President Jammeh and APRC means everything.
Yobu Maka.
Alaji Yahya Jammeh.
Alaji Yahya Jammeh.
Wow. Mama yobu Maka.
President Jammeh took me to Mecca. I have children, but they are not rich enough to take me to Mecca. My first son is Panderi.
A family at pains to show gratitude to the president and counteract the political actions of one of its own, who is out in the U.S. waging a smear campaign against the Gambia government. A full text of the interview will be on GRTS Wednesday at 10:30 p.m.
400 years. If they didn't turn this country into a modern country, now that we call ourselves independent, they tell you dance on fire so that we make you what we are today. Allow criminals to burn your country in the name of democracy or human rights. And allow boys to date each other in the name of freedom. So that we can give you to be to be like us. If you follow them, they are not bad. They are not mad. And they are not stupid. You who is following them, you are. 400 years. What did they do for your country? They rule you. They control all your resources and took everything that is possible, that they can possibly see. Your country is still becoming more backward every day until you told them enough is enough. We are ready to die for it. And of course, some countries, some Africans and non-Africans pay the high price. Why am I telling you this? Because it is tragic, very sad, and very humiliating. That is only we Africans that some small, even somebody with the rank lower than that of assistant secretary can talk to an African minister or even a vice president and tell you what is wrong with your country and say, yes, we are trying to fix it. Who are they to tell us how we should live in our countries? And who are they to talk to us? You will not be able to meet your own your counterparts in the West. You will fight very hard. They will relegate you to meet a desk officer. But here, I say, oh, I want to see. Oh, yes, 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 come. They come in, little boys and girls. You gotta give them the chair and they sit. And then they have their feet like this. And you know, and they say, yes, 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 yes. You don't even understand what they're saying. They will never respect us. And that's why they still think that they can sit there and dictate to us how we should live in our countries. Gambia would be the exception. I make it very clear because you are being sworn in, and if you are not going to go by our way of life, our cultural values, our spiritual values as Muslims and Christians, because good Muslims and good Christians would not allow two men to marry or two women to marry. It's not in the Bible, it's an abomination, it's not found anywhere in the Quran. If you think it is human rights to destroy our culture as Africans, you are making a mistake, because if you are in the Gambia, you are in the wrong place. Discipline based on our tradition would be enforced to the letter. Work ethic. Remember that only we can take the lead in the development of our country. I'm telling you all this because you listen to what they tell you, you're not going to survive in this. That ideology is a wrong ideology. So you cannot live like them, they cannot live like us. This is what we have to understand. An African must be an African. But what did they tell you? Instead of telling us thank you for getting rid of our abject poverty that drove us out of that place, and we came and robbed you and went back, they said we were savages. They came to civilize us. And how did they civilize you? Red ties, blue ties, yellow suits. That's the reality. Go to them and find out whether they will wear this. No. Now, who is intolerant? If anybody thinks that I will change, I'm not going to change unless the truth prevails. Because I'm here for the truth, and I will say it. That's the reality. But we must respect ourselves. The only way we can respect ourselves is when we have faith in God. That what we're going to have is God, only God who can give it to us. What we are not going to have, God is God who deprives for us. Believe in God, and Allah would always be at your side. So, I'm making this clear for the newcomers, for you to know the type of government you are in. We will think African, we will behave Gambian, and live Gambian with only the Almighty Allah to look up to. That does not mean that we will not have friends. What is important is that we will live in this country as Africans, as Muslims, as Christians, as West Africans. If you want to dictate to us in order to give us something, we are not going to accept that. You have to respect the way we are. Because when you came, our grandfathers, great-grandfathers never dictated to you how you should live with us. Despite this is our country. Democracy will be defined by our values. The Greeks invented democracy for the Greeks. And if you also think that their way of life is better than ours, go to their countries and see whether they will welcome you. You live there, I don't mind. It's a free country. We did not see them as people from evolution. We saw them as creation, that we are all descended from Adam and Eve when we decided to show them all what we have and share with them. Eventually they came back with guns. Some of them are still at the entrance to this place that we are talking where we are talking from. I said, yes. Now you're going to live according to the way we want. Despite the fact that they came from a place with snow. We said, I cannot fight. Because we believe in God. We are not from evolution, we are from creation. That the same Almighty Allah that brought them to us would one day take them back, and this is exactly what has happened. Why was it possible that they all migrated to Africa some time ago and stayed for 400 years? Because we were wealthier. Did they find Njagos and Jolas and Sereres killing each other or living in ant hills? No. They found Africans under a perfect administration. Every African, there were no countries like, we had no prime ministers, we had no presidents. What we had were kings. For the interest of this country, I'm staking my life, and I've always done that. My life is for this country. For the welfare of the Gambian people, I'm not going to compromise. What is going to destroy this country, I would rather die before it destroys this country, not under my guard. One day you realize that your interest and your heart is not in this country. Just send us a resignation, we will thank you and pray for you. And you can go there. You stay with them. You see, Allah made this world wide so that you can stay. You see, when they were poor and hungry, they came to Africa for 400 years. Even though now they will not allow you to stay there 30 days. That's the reality. Well, the day has been very long. I want to thank you for accepting a difficult challenge. Because the only way we can get out of poverty is to work together as Gambians and as Africans. We can not worship two gods. We can only worship one Allah. And that's the Almighty Allah. If you are a good Muslim, if you are a good Christian, you will not hate somebody because he is black or white. Then, because you will believe that, or you will know that all of us, irrespective of whether we are rich or poor, tall or short, black or white, yellow or green, we were created by the same Almighty Allah, whose decision is final. If you believe in Him, you will respect all manner of humanity because they are from creation. I don't want to go below the point of evolution, that's something else. So, as long as you believe in God, He will test you in so many ways. God tested Jesus Christ. In Christianity, they say He was crucified. God tested Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He had to go and fight, and sometimes he has to run, hide himself, starve. So if the prophets that could communicate directly to God were tested, who are we not to be tested?